What up, Frog? Huh?
All right, so
red.
I think
What level was he? 22. Okay, should be fine.
can
Yeah, I think he should be fine. Because I'm gonna ding soon, or well, I don't know soon, but in a little bit.
14 mana, by the way.
Ranger Tots. I keep hearing that Rangers are really, really good and can do a massive amount of DPS once they get to 60. The journey up to that point, I hear, can be rather rough, but I'm hoping that we can kind of augment that a little bit. Should I?
Oh God!
Should I snare these guys? Right, I'm the Ranger.
Yes, I am out of mana.
All right, let me heal you up then. I have plenty of mana on me at the moment, and then we can try the last two guys up there. The Shaman.
No.
Until he meds.
Yeah, I'm saying once you have your mana.
There's 3 up there.
No.
You'll get all 3 of them, dude.
Nope, we're not doing those guys.
What do you mean? Like at all?
Never?
Never ever?
Never?
No, I mean if you.
I think we can root the
one
ones
of
on the
them
left.
should be red.
The one on the
One's
right,
yellow.
probably.
One's yellow.
Yeah, if we root
Right,
yellow.
let me-
2 of them's yellow.
I should at least have 50 mana before we.
Oh, yeah.
You met up as much as you need, but I'm saying that if we root the 2 on the left and we take the strong one first, you know, with the new rogue that we have in our group, that extra DPS should send us over the edge.
I can chain nuke, man. I'm good at that.
Man, only 3 more levels, and it's only 2 more levels because I'm at 99%. But 2 more levels, and I'll have Canny. And I already have my earring on this guy.
So Notch says just be careful of room repops. They do repop rather quickly in this zone, so depending on how long we met up for, that could be a problem.
We should be able to get them before room repops.
I think so too, but we just got to keep that in the back of our mind. We got to save a little bit of mana for after the fight as well.
Yeah.
I only see 2 up there. Is there a third one?
Yeah, there's a third one. It's the fog.
Oh, it's further
that's
back.
Covering the.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking pretty hungry here. Any gnomes looking for a group? You don't find too many gnomes in this part of the world, man. You had to travel pretty far to get here. What's your favorite race so far? Do you guys have one? I know everybody here pretty much has tried every race in the game at some point or another, or has a tune on P99 in every race. Do you guys have a favorite or a worst?
Worst race?
Mm-hmm. The one you just don't like, maybe? It doesn't have to be like it's a bad one. You just don't prefer
I mean, I don't know if there's really a worst. I just don't like the human look.
I know Chupa would have went with humans. You guys have some like weird fascination with the hate on humans in a fantasy elf simulation.
There's a 3-way tie.
What's interesting though is that like some of if you look at the human warriors on the server, there are only a handful that are level 60, and it's very easy to know who every human in the 60s are just because of how little of them there are. Like Cyber, he is a very easy to find warrior in any zone, just because he's the only human warrior I know of.
There was a lot more human monks and human warriors back in the day, just because nobody knew.
Oh yeah.
Nobody knew that to play the other ones. You know, now everybody knows exactly what it is. But
well, the human warrior is really the human of any class is not a bad start for any of them because they really have a good base. It's just that other classes have better stats for other classes, and that's, I mean, like a warrior ogre is gonna be is gonna have a better start than say a human warrior as to getting to the point where.
So you just don't like humans because you like to min-max too much, is what you're saying?
Maybe I'm saying that.
Wait, no. Chupa, you were saying it was a 3-way tie for you?
Yeah.
Which races are a 3-way?
Human, high elf, barbarian.
Wow, you don't like barbarian? Like barbarian is min-maxing for certain ones. You just don't like them at all.
Name one.
Isn't it a rogue?
Rogue.
Yeah,
Not
strength?
really.
Dwarf.
Storf.
I thought the rogue had the highest strength in the game starting for a rogue.
Barbarians might, but they're blind.
The dwarf.
They're huge until you get a mask. And if you roll dwarf, you can go Brel, and you won't have to worry about the hole for a good bit of it.
Plus the fact that a dwarf has a higher magic resistance starting than any other race. It's just it's one of those. Oh, barrel rolls is just a caveat to everything else that's great about them.
The shamans as a barbarian's not too bad either. You get that cool like, illusion, right? You're the only
tribunal armor is really good,
and you start with a decent amount of strength, so you can do a little bit more melee. Stamina's not too bad on them either.
Yeah.
Let's do this thing.
Barbarian, blind as a bat. Human, blind as a bat. High elf. I mean, I don't have to say anything about high elves.
High elves.
All right,
high elves in there?
I'll root left.
All right, I'll get the
middle. You root middle. In 3, 2, 1.
Oh yeah,
nice.
Check that out. I'm gonna get around the wall so we don't get nuked the whole time.
Okay.
Oh, we're taking this guy down fast. If we can... Oh, well, it's already broke. I was going to say, if we can, we could space it out a little bit.
I'm slowing the other guy.
Chick says, I hear a chupa. I hear somebody eating potato chips.
Oh, I thought I muted myself. Yes, I'm eating. Sorry.
You're all right.
My bad.
What kind of potato chips you get?
Bacon cheddar.
So what about you, man? Do you have a favorite or a worse race in the game, as just from your opinion alone? I get him while he's eating. That way you guys get to hear that beautiful chop.
I just dinged too.
Oh, congrats!
So did I.
Yeah, dual.
Believe it or not, until P99, I never played an evil class ever.
Wow.
So I like my Ixar, but I have never played a troll or an ogre. Still.
Dark elf though.
Yeah, I have a Dark Elf cleric. Seems alright. Seems alright.
I already have him at 50% though.
Oh, where's he at?
He's up there. I guess I'm going to fight him. That is a long route. My route normally doesn't last that long on this dude.
No, I root him again because we had the 2 mobs on us.
So do you feel like you stayed away from the ogre or the trolls just because... Like, I can't think of a reason other than maybe you just weren't attracted to the way they looked.
Say what, evil?
I even made alts and on live I did hydras and all that, and I just never made a evil character, man. I don't know why. Not even at all made an evil character.
Or hydras.
Yeah, hydras or boxes or whatever you call them.
Oh, yeah.
I guess I could see that. My first character was, like, pure evil, though. I wanted, like, the worst you could get, which is Dark Elf. For me, anyways, at the time, there wasn't no lizards in the game. And then I went with Shadow Knight, because I wanted something more of a tank than a caster. Otherwise, I probably would have went Necromancer, which probably would have been a better idea. I would have been able to go to a lot more places, but I love the fact... Oh, there's already a group down here underneath Srcyer. Right.
That's good, then. We get time to get mana and repops and stuff.
Yeah, well, there's not going to be too many repops. We're kind of limited on the mobs we can get.
Yeah.
It's just going to be this room and the room in front of us. Let me go back see if any of the spiders are up. Some of those might be...
no, someone's camping those.
Oh, these guys are ready to attack, so I'll bring these guys back. These are just green, though. But you do have a lizard now. Do you like that lizard? Do you like the starting area, or did you get out of that area as soon as possible?
No, I stayed there until 20, at least. Maybe even somewhere around there. I stayed there all the way until 20. So then I think I did... I can't remember. Might have went to Mistmore. I don't remember. But I know I did Lowered Guck. Once I could solo Lowered Guck. Zone line.
Now you know the game fairly well. Do you think a brand new player, somebody coming into Everquest for the very first time, should they choose? Should that even be a consideration, whether you're playing a good race or a bad race?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's the whole reason I made my Ixar was so I could kill guards. So like when I got to like 25, 30, I went to High Hold Keep and just started murdering guards left and right. That was the whole reason I made him. So
I guess that's that's one way to do it. You know, you can get in there and you get to kill mobs that you don't normally get to kill just because of your faction.
yeah, I mean, I remember on live grouping in High Hold Keep all the time, and I'd always see people killing guards, and I was like, "What? I don't get it. I don't, you know what I mean?" Like, and it's actually pretty good experience and lucrative and kind of challenging too. You know what I mean? Like, there are times it's pretty challenging as well.
Yeah, the loot is amazing. As soon as I walked into the High Elf City and I saw a necromancer killing the guards there, and he wasn't able to loot everything off of the mobs. I guess after you've been there for a little while, you just fill up. And I guess he didn't want to leave. He was just letting it rot, so he was giving it to the newbies that were there if they wanted to loot it. And you pick up one of those things and sell it for, I think it was like 5 or 6 plat. Like, that's good money at like level 20 below. It's like all your spells right there. So I was kind of sold on that, but I had never done that with my Shadow Knight. The only guards I ever killed were over there at the bridge in Eastern Karanas while I was waiting for a group to open up at the Avok Towers.
Then we took, we went with Big Ton over and killed some High Elves one day. And he was talking about how he had like 500 plat or 600 plat. I can't remember. But he went back like 2 or 3 more days, and then I had talked to him again, and he had made like 4K in 3 days or something like that off those guards, man.
In how much time do you think? Maybe he was spending like 6 hours a day, or
maybe I don't know, but that's the most money he'd ever made on Everquest. You know what I mean? Like, because he didn't really do a camp. You know what I mean? So the swords are what, 12 plat, 10 plat, something like that, and then they can drop gems, and they drop like what's equivalent to bronze. I think it's scale armor or something, but you know that can be 5 to 10 plat per piece.
And he had a place nearby he could sell then, huh?
The Druid Ring or the Druid Ring or hire newbies to sell for you.
Which is very lucrative for the newbies. You can get something like that. Even just like 10, 15 flat is a big boon to you. I don't know. We need to do that. We all have evil characters. At some point, we should go kill some guards. This place is rather camped, considering you don't normally see anybody in here. I did read a comment the other day. Somebody was saying that they went to Unrest and there just wasn't very many people in there. I think it goes through phases. You know, the people who get to high level will go back eventually and make alts, and then those lower level zones will get a nice influx of people. You also seem to get a nice influx of people just randomly every so often coming into the game brand new. Soul B used to be completely empty, and lately there's been a lot of people in there. City of Mist is always jam-packed. Do you guys have a zone that you kind of go to when everywhere else is camped, or you just kind of look around and see what's open?
Sorry, for where?
If everything is camped, do you guys have a zone that you tend to favor more often than not? Or do you just look around and see what might not be as jam-packed with people?
Oh, pop.
All right, I'm all the way back.
For me, I get I have alts camped in several places, so I'll log from alt to alt, you know what I mean, to find something. But when I was leveling Nano up, believe it or not, Karanas was pretty nice, man, because you could do the Tesh Knolls, you could do KFC, you could, you know, just run around and kill random things sometimes. Karanas has a lot of opportunity. It's pretty spread out, but there's a lot of things you can kill too.
Well, as a bard, that's perfect for you though, because you can run. I don't know if you could run through it quickly, but you could run through it a lot quicker than anybody else.
I was at the Tesh Knolls outside Split Pole for a long time. I did that a lot.
You didn't go inside Split Pole? A little bit too cramped for a bard?
Yeah, for a bard, it's not great for Charm Kiting or Sphere Kiting or whatever.
Right. I like the Karanas, or at least South Karana. Never really did a lot of hunting in North. Like, there's not really anything high level in there, right? It's like level 25 to 35, maybe?
Griffins are pretty high. There's named Griffins and all that. Pop.
Are there a lot of them, though? Like, there's enough in that zone to keep people occupied at those high levels Or is it just one or two here and there? Like in commons, there's a high level griffin that runs around killing people.
There's that level, like, and the little ones are like placeholders, I believe. I could be wrong, but I think you kill the little ones and they can pop bigger ones, I believe. So you just kill everything.
So that kind of sucks. If you're there killing the little ones for experience, every once in a while you're going to get one just too high for you to continue.
You get the, can't remember the name of it, but it's like a matriarch griffin or something. It's like, and you have to get, can some druid please come kill this?
Let's see. Notch says Soul B is incredibly fun. Great drops, a decent refresh. We've spent, you know, a little bit of time in Soul B, I think, maybe.
Hours upon
I would say
days.
Weeks, maybe?
Weeks, definitely. If you combine all the time we've spent in Soul B, it accounts to weeks.
I loved Soul B on my cleric. It was just my favorite zone with that tune. I loved Lower Guck with my Shadow Knight. There's something about playing a Shadow Knight in Lower Guck with the right group, especially back then on live where everything was camped, and the one thing you had to be good at was finding a mob that nobody else could get to. And because you have Invis versus Undead and Invis versus Living Side, you could cross that barrier, you know, easily up there at the very top where the gargoyles are at, and just, you know, pull to your heart's content. So I had just a blast in that zone with the Shadow Knight.
Pop incoming.
Not so much recently. I mean, Soul B has not treated, not Soul B, Lower Guck has not treated us well the last few times we've been down there.
You know, this is making me wonder if I can solo this camp. Other than the shaman, the 3 shaman.
If you had it broken, if you came in here with like your rogue and cleared it out, you know, made it to where it was nice and spaced out for you, you could probably do it on your shaman.
I think I could probably do all 3 at once on my shaman because my dots don't cost me very much, and I was able to take that mob down to 50% with 2 dots.
The only thing that might give you a hard time is the Srcyer himself because it's pet.
Oh, I wouldn't pull the Srcyer.
You kind of have to if you want to pull the 3 at the top.
No, I mean, I'd pull them until he spawned, and then I'd probably just stick to these 5 mobs.
I guess you could do that if you're going to do like a semi-AFK camp, or if you have to med in between, depending on... This camp's good. I don't know if it's going to be good solo, though.
I've been at 30% this whole time, and I'm still doing fine as far as incoming. It's being able to heal and slow and all that stuff.
Griffons are the reason I hate North Piranhas at lower levels anyways. That's Terra. Hey, Terra. I kind of have to second you on that one. The Griffons in pretty much any zone are the bane of everybody's existence.
Especially East Piranha.
They run so fast.
East Commonlands, I mean.
They run so fast. Or fly, I guess I should say. But they're a pain, dude. They always get you when you least want them to. They're always out of range when you actually want to pull them. And they roam around throughout the entire zone. It's not like just one little tiny area. They are just everywhere. And a huge aggro range, too. So if you were doing that bread quest in the Piranhas, where you had to go from north to south and back and forth, delivering bread to the needy people, that's a pretty cool quest, and you can make, you know, quite a bit of money on that. There was a kind of a big variance on what you would get as a reward, but pretty simple. You could do that even at level 1 if you wanted to. I don't know if it's in the game anymore. I think they may have taken that out due to the green mist that was there, but that one, the only thing you had to worry about was the Griffons. North Piranhas is almost crawling with them. Great zone if you like to live dangerously, but be prepared to die a lot. I thought you guys liked to live dangerously. Weren't you guys just telling us the story of you and Nano in Emerald Jungle just the other day? How you guys went out into the middle of the zone where all the mobs were at and just had like a little party out there for them.
Oh, yeah.
Sounded like you guys were having fun.
How's your buffs?
They're fading, I guess, now. Turtle Skin's leaving. I still got Spirit, Strength, and Spirit of the Bear.
Wait, you use Turtle Skin? Is that the one that needs the snake scales or whatever, or not?
No, that's Scale Skin.
Oh, I never used that.
I got Thistle Coat. I didn't even know that.
One of the things I did.
You had that spell, or is it?
No, yeah, I have it.
All snap. All right, I'm gonna start.
Still annoys me.
We did the. Have you guys done the Soul Row quest? Like at the appropriate level ever? Like me and my buddy, I made through P99. He was a wizard and I was a bard, and we helped each other a lot to get the. I got the full set of Lambit, and he did the wizard quest or whatever. They're pretty fun, man. They're challenging too. Like when you do them at like level 30, 35.
Yeah, I didn't do too many quests back in the day, and the Lambit ones I really wanted to do because I liked the way they looked. Unfortunately, it seemed like they cost you almost as much to do the quest yourself as it did to just buy them. Based off of the gems you had to put inside.
Yeah, you have to buy like a 80 plat gem or 50 plat gem or something. I can't remember.
Yeah, I mean, I know you're still saving money. It's obviously cheaper to make the stuff than to buy.
Yours is
it's a lot.
For a ranger. It's like leaf something. I can't remember what it's called. But it's not a bad set. Ivy. It's not a bad set.
I looked at the stats when I was going to make this guy. They weren't fantastic, and thankfully at that time I had already had a high level tune, so I had kind of better stuff just laying around in the bank. But if I had made this guy back in the day, that probably would have been a set that I went after before I got to planar gear. Hey Mayfield, how you doing? I finally caught a live stream. Yeah, we're not gonna be playing too long today. We're gonna kind of do a couple hours here, and then we're gonna take a break. Maybe start it back up after a little bit, and then we're gonna watch the stream, which apparently they're doing tonight of Pantheon, and we're gonna jump on afterwards, and me and Srcyer and whoever else is on will kind of discuss some of the things that they have introduced, because they showed a dungeon on the last one. I didn't get to see that one. Srcyer did. You want to give us a little bit of the highlights on that?
They were talking about, because a lot of people were bringing up about the pace of fighting, that how it's not instant, or that you're doing a ton of spamming. Like every time that they would do damage, it uses endurance, and they have like a lot of games are doing now. You only have a max 100 endurance pool to work with as a melee class, and but they said that while they're not going to have any gear that increases that pool, they are going to have gear that will increase the rate at which you regenerate it, and things like that. Also, for the dungeons, there may be no rent items that drop that are better than, say, the equipment that you have at that level, that will allow you to be able to kill the higher level mobs within the zone, so that you are able to get better equipment for your class. But you will have to spend some time actually gaining the no rent equipment to be able to do it.
That's kind of cool.
Things like that.
That's like Plan of Air when you have the keys. You got to spend a little bit of time to get everybody keyed up so you can actually get to the islands that you want to get to that has the gear that you want. So it's kind of... I've never seen a game do that. I've never seen the no-rent items become like necessary. Like, especially in this game, the no-rent items are always really silly. Unless you go to like Tower of Frozen Shadows. What was that one that we got on the top floor? Do you remember? It was like a staff or a torch.
Yeah,
and it
weapons,
and it had
torches.
Insane stats on it, too. When we looked at it, we're like, oh, this would be amazing. We actually took one and gave it to a newbie when we left, just so they could play around with it. Because we never got to play around with something like that at that level.
Yep.
I'm hoping they still revamp the environmental part of that game.
I mean, I think you might... I understand where you're coming from, but I think you may be thinking of it in a way that it's not, because we really haven't seen very much of the environmental aspect, only the outside of one dungeon.
They showed it straight off the bat. They were like, this is how we're going to treat it. We're going to treat it as a key to get from one zone to the other. They have like this wall of wind and wall of cold coming at you.
And that doesn't go away. It just allows you to pass through that once you have enough resistance to it.
Right, and that's all that whole elemental thing was used for. And I'm like, there's so much more you could do with it. And maybe once they have it in the game and they realize they could open it up and kind of expand on that idea, they will. But I'm not like 100% happy with like the simple version. That
I mean, I'm sure it's not going to be that easy to get those kind of items. So that may be why once you've opened it up, it stays with you. I mean,
it may not be easy to get those items, but it's still a key.
It is a key, but I mean, I don't know. It really depends on how they do it, how easy it's going to be. I mean, it may be 10 levels past that dungeon before you're able to even get the resistance ability to go through it.
It's true. I'm not saying that won't be hard to get. I think they should
have the resistances actually on the gear and not as an actual item that becomes an ability for you to be able to get past it.
That I would love, because if you played the Zelda game, that's how.
By the way, I'm out of mana.
I'm low on hit points. Let me go ahead and heal myself up. But yeah, if you played the new Zelda, the game that they have out, if you go into a cold area, you might have to take drinks with you, like hot chocolate, hot cocoa, whatever the case may be, to heat yourself up. You could eat hot, spicy food to give yourself that extra inner warmth. If you don't have the equipment, if you're not wearing a big, heavy,
come back and invite for C2.
All right. But yeah, it's more of an elemental effect. It's more of an environmental thing than which one?
The enchanter right here. Girice.
And that's what I was looking forward to, because, if you can make it where when you go to a cold zone, especially like Arctic temperatures, when you get hit, it's going to hurt you so much more. If you go to a desert zone, you could make it where when you get, through that zone, maybe out into the hottest part of the desert, you get less stamina. You lose stamina faster, because anybody who's ever been into a really, really hot climate knows you just get the energy sapped out of you a lot quicker. And to incorporate that into a video game, especially one that we're looking forward to, who had mentioned that they were going to be integrating that into it, I was excited. I started thinking of all the possibilities, and then seeing it turned into a key just kind of gave me,
I mean,
what a waste, right?
I mean, you're calling it a key, but it's not a physical key.
They called it a key. They said this is basically what it is. It's a key to get from one zone to the other. And I'm like,
I'm gonna have to rewatch it because I don't remember it that way.
Where'd that dude go? He got aggro.
On one of our moms?
Dimsy's dying?
Where? Did he go? I think he went to go pull a corpse.
Might want to say something in the group, ask him where he's at. Because I don't want to heal him through a wall if he's gonna die from the mobs that he has.
Let's see. He's getting pretty low. I love my heal. My heal is just amazing. I've been casting it on me for like 10 minutes.
Oh, now. He's too far out of range anyway.
Yeah, he's helping the guy get the corpse.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, we won't even know until we actually play the game.
It's true. And once we play the game, we still won't be able to talk about it.
Well, we won't be able to talk about it on streams, but we can talk about it to each other.
I don't know. It's a non-disclosure agreement. I don't think you can, like, it's don't talk about
Fight Club. I can't talk to you.
I don't think so.
Who do you think I'll be playing the game with, sir?
But we can't talk to each other when we're in the game. Like, it's all like, no talking.
Hey, you're not there because
we can't talk about the zone. We can't mention any names.
That's not true. They were actually showing them actually talking and hanging out with people who were playing the game.
So you might actually heal faster by sitting down. I might. That actually could be a thing. Or Bind Wound. Bind Wound is amazing. For those of you that didn't do it, I didn't do it on my Shadow Knight, and I went ahead and did it on my my Monk and on my Warrior. I had no idea. I think I did it maybe once or twice on some of my tunes when they were in like their 20s and noticed that it went up like less than 1%. If you keep that close to being maxed out or maxed out as you level, you get a good 3 to 4% back of your health per bandage. And that's pretty amazing considering how much health you have at higher levels. That's why I really want to get mine up on my warrior. But the last time I checked, he was bugged out still. He was at 100 maxed.
Yeah.
It was.
You know, I haven't gotten my name yet. I petitioned for it today. I did research because my character where Odin is actually an old Germanic version of Odin. And I researched to find out who Odin's father was, because there is a Nordic tree, and his father is Bor. So my name is going to be Where Odin, son of Bor. Oh, we have 2 mobs.
You have 2 mobs up there?
Yeah, and one of them is fighting Dimsy.
Coming back. I'll go ahead and start healing Dimsy up. You got better DPS.
No, we need you to kill.
No, my heal is amazing. Let's look at this. 30%. Heal goes off, and he's still at 30%.
Oh, hey, we got some.
Oh, look at who we got.
Got some heals.
Got Terrafina coming out and joining us. What level was she?
Hi.
Is that because she knows I'm leaving, or what?
Could be.
I think that's what it is.
She just wants to kick you a couple times before you head out.
I am a gnome. Could punt the gnome, maybe?
Oh, yeah, I got to heal him. He's going down pretty fast.
I'm a bind one inning.
The mage is bind wounded. What's yours at? Is it pretty maxed out?
Almost 45. I use bind one all the time, dude.
I love it. Especially on a warrior and a monk where you can get it up 70% of your life.
I didn't notice that I had like almost full mana because of C2. Completely forgot.
If you got C2 on this tune, you can't use it fast enough.
I can.
No, try it, dude. Try it. Try casting everything you got, and your mana will still go up faster than you can use it.
Especially if you have no gear.
Wow. Yeah, I guess that you're butt naked. What is your max mana?
For him.
I have, yeah, because he's butt naked.
452.
452.
Oh, snap.
I think that's more than I got on this dude.
It's 10 nukes.
Yeah, I only have 447.
Well, you're a hybrid, dude. I'm a caster.
Just try and make you feel better.
Just saying. My int's
Got that.
131.
Now that I leveled, I got that solid 1004 going on.
It's not bad. 1004 mana?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good at your level, dude.
Yep.
We are going to be decked out. Unfortunately, we have nothing to pull because there's a group underneath us.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
We're not quite high enough to go down to lower Gug entrance.
If I had my new pet, I'd be like, yeah, let's go. But I don't have my new pet. Sorry.
I don't think I'm high enough either. And thank you so much for that, Tira. It's good to actually see you back in that game. You need to come out and hang out with us sometime. Get a nice group going over there with some of our mid-range, higher-level dudes. I know some of these guys want to go to Kale at some point. Man, these guys are pooling everything. It's a pretty beastly group.
My God, those
Aren't they oddling thing?
I think so.
I drew them twice.
What, they're not allowed to pool?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
No, they're not allowed to pull, dude.
Yeah.
Not-
They're not allowed to pull.
They do things the hard way, so actually people have to pull the mobs to them.
Yeah, I thought we were maybe thinking about doing some more open raids or whatever since, you know, the one guild not doing them anymore.
Way to rub it in.
No, I'm being serious. We talked about doing more open raids or something, didn't we?
Yeah, we want to try to do a few of them. Kale seems to be the easiest place to do it. I don't know if I'd ever want to try my hand at Siren's Grotto after watching Nibers try to do it. There's so many things that can go wrong in that zone. And you always have some knucklehead that's just not listening or doesn't know better. And it just wipes everybody.
For me, I'd want someone like Srcyer or 2Link or something that's done a few, or ZK with us, you know what I mean? So we have a little more knowledge than I have about those raids, you know what I mean?
There's not much that you need as far as knowledge goes. The only thing I would like to have is somebody who knows how to pull. Because that's where it gets tricky, especially when you get inside those rooms. If you have enough people show up, those pulls can get very, very difficult.
That's true.
But yeah, Shrieky definitely, you know, has that.
I mean,
knowledge. He did
it'd
it
be
for us
cool
once, I
if we
think.
got
2 weeks
a jugs rig going.
It's hard to get to Jugs. You would need to call the hero person to get everybody down there.
I mean,
And
the
is there-
call the hero person would have to have. I mean, it's not possible. It's not impossible for us to get a solid group and slowly move to jugs.
It's not impossible.
then
It just takes you like
cost
an hour and a
people.
half to do it.
Yeah, but I mean, unless you've moved a mage down there, I mean, you have to get a mage down there, and they can't just poof down there like it's
You
nothing.
got to fight down.
Yeah.
Well, you could maybe pay a Koth mage to Koth your Koth mage down there.
Could do that. I don't
Caught
think,
the cost.
I don't think you really need a raid force though for Jugs, because we did it with one group and we had a lot of downtime.
Yeah,
So although it being a great spot for loot and a semi-decent spot for experience, maybe not the greatest spot for a raid if you're talking about having, you know, 2, 3, 4 groups with you.
I mean,
Dragon.
every single one of those sporemen, they drop spells as well.
Oh, you're talking about killing the Sporemen too.
Yeah.
So going back towards the king.
Well, I mean, once you get to jugs, you can't go back. You can't go back. It's a one-way ticket to jugs.
It is, but you can still pull the spores.
But you can't. I mean, it's a locked door. You can't open it as a rogue once you get through that door.
I guess where you can still pull the spores from the other side.
I mean, the spore to get to where the jugs are, and you click a little orb, you get through that door, and that door's. I mean, that's what I found out with flip sides. I had to kill myself out and drag myself to get out of the jugs area whenever I did the video for sub.
Oh, well, then you can't pull spores anyways then. So it'd just be jugs, and there's not enough jugs.
No,
to
I
go
mean,
out
you
for
can
raid.
clear the spores all the way up there, though.
I don't, like I said, it might be fun to try, but I don't know if that's really a raid.
I've seen whole raids wipe on those spores, dude. It can go
Yeah.
ugly bad.
Is there? I'm just saying, is there enough to get people to want to go down there as a raid? Like, what's the loot? The spores don't really drop anything.
Spells. That's
Spells.
what the whole jugs thing is about, is spells. I mean, yeah, you can get a stave of shielding and the told your robe and the poison wind sensor, but it's all about spells.
You're talking
That's
about
the whole
all
reason
jugs,
you're going down.
not spores.
Yeah, spores too.
I think
They drop
you-
spells as well,
I think the jugs can drop the
and gems.
shaman one, right? The
Torpor?
what's it called?
Torpor.
Torpor.
Yep.
Yeah.
We got some
Well,
pretty nice spells the time we were down
yeah.
there. Didn't see
You can
Torpor.
get. Well, I think we did jugs, or somebody I know did jugs, and they got 3 torpors or 2 torpors that night, something like that.
3. That's you know, not something you should count on. I think ZK got 4
Oh, no.
tunics once, the funky tunics in one night. But that's like epic. Those are the stories you tell other people to make them feel either better or worse when they've been sitting there for, you know, 3 weeks trying to get one.
I mean, that's like me talking about how I got my fungi tunic. I went down with a group, and when we had broken, I was the only one who got a fungi.
Got him finally. Let's see. Mayfield says, I'd like to group y'all sometime. You guys are more than welcome. If you guys ever see us on or streaming and you see that we have a spot open, just hit us up. I know some of you guys have tried to get in here before, and we
This
sometimes tend to
thing's
be
dead.
filled up. Don't feel like you're bugging us or nagging us if you hit us up again. We want to get you in here. We just got to find a spot open for you. So, only thing I have around y'all's level is a 21 monk. 21 monk would be perfect, actually, if you want to come on and join us. I know Donald's not going to be on for too long, but I know me and Srcyer can stay on a little bit longer, do some killing over here. And Srcyer has kind of been going into his shaman lately, so he's kind of wanting to level him up.
Yep. Well, the reasoning behind it is I'm probably never going to be in a guild again with Drakmir. I'm not really. I like my cleric where he's at, and I will get him to level 60. But as far as outside of our group and outside of duos, he's never gonna be part of a raid again.
Is that because of sea hill chains? Like you're done with
Yes.
the sea hill chain?
I cannot. I mean, the whole sea hill chain with AG, and nothing against them. It's more just me hating sea hill chaining. I can't stand it. So I figure where Odin, I love healing though, is a happy medium being a shaman, because I get to heal still, but I can also do other things that keeps me out of a heal chain.
Yeah, no, she's not talking about the stare at the wall, see hill chain aspect. That's more of like the old days where the computer couldn't handle it. I think most people have pretty decent computer these days, and even like a low basement bottom model that's just bought within the last like 5 years can play Everquest fairly well, if not extremely.
I mean, honestly though, I mean, if I would have never gone into, say, Azergard, I probably would have been fine with the Sea Hill chain in Anonymous, because they have a really tight, solid Sea Hill chain, and it's actually in the guild chat. It's not something where you're trying to figure it out between just these people that aren't even in your guild. Trying to get a Sea Hill chain, and people just don't want to compromise.
2 mobs, 1 square.
Yep.
Sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're good. And Tara said to let you guys know that if anybody needs a port
did you guys not let him summon his pet?
No, not pull them. Like, we don't have any mobs, dude. I run around for like 10 minutes just looking for a mob.
Alright, just
Kicking that guy in
saying,
the face.
if somebody gets shermed.
Yeah, he didn't have time
Never
to show
mind, he's
anybody.
dead.
He did go ahead and load me up with as many dots as possible. They gave me Root, they gave me Tashini, and Walking Sleep, so I have to wait before I can move.
I'll root rot this guy.
Yeah, look at this. Put down the good one. Hey guys, and welcome to the disembodied voice of AC Gamer. We are definitely going to be doing a lot more series in the future, but here are a few of them that you guys might find interesting. Of course, you're more than welcome to check them out. I would love to hear your comments. Again, if you do enjoy these videos, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. It's definitely the indicator that I use to tell if you guys want to see more videos like that, of that particular game style, of that series in the long run. So when you guys leave comments down, it helps me decide whether we should keep doing it, as well as whether you want to see games like that in the future. And here are a few of them right here. I kind of picked out a few of different genres. We will be doing spotlights for other YouTubers in the future. So if you want to get a little shout out, definitely let me know. If you group with me, chances are you will get a shout out in here eventually. But for now, these are just 4 series that I have that I feel like could use a little bit more attention, and that you guys might actually enjoy as well. Thanks again for watching, guys, and we will definitely catch you all next time.